Square just dropped the weirdest billboard of 2025, and there's so many hidden messages inside it, and not many people are really talking about it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, bruv. Let's dive into it. Let's look at this closer. The eye's upside down on purpose. Flip the whole thing, and suddenly it's staring up to the stars, like an alien watching us from space. The skin, wrinkled and pale, evoking extraterrestrial vibes. But here's the wild part. Those shadowy edges form a bird's silhouette. It's a blue jay? With the spiky crest, or maybe a mockingbird, or a cardinal? Why a bird? Now this does kind of spark wonder about hidden watchers in the sky, and in UFO lore, birds symbolise surveillance or messages from the other world. Right, let's dig a little bit deeper, and it's going to get kind of trippy, right? Blue Jay nods to potentially Project Blue Book, the real US Air Force UFO investigations from the 50s and 60s, or Operation Mockingbird, the CIA's media manipulation to debunk alien sightings. And there's even the Avery, you know, a group of UFO insiders with bird codenames like Blue Jay. Or you have the Blue Avians, tall feathered ETs contacting humans, and Spielberg might be tapping into this. His films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind shaped how we see aliens. So could this be soft disclosure? Or what if the movie reveals truths the government won't, right? Right, now I'm thinking this billboard isn't just promo, right? It's designed to make you question reality, and this thing does kind of look hella weird. What if all will be disclosed means more than a movie plot? You know, UFOs are real, aliens among us, it sparks that childlike wonder Spielberg mastered back in the day. So there's so many hidden messages in this image, man. I mean, even in the eye, you can see lights, which might be UFOs. I mean, there's like some avian sort of stuff there. The whole thing is just very strange, man. And these are just my thoughts and opinions. So you guys let me know down below what you think, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of this. But I'm looking forward to it, mate. I cannot wait. It's going to be brilliant.
That's just another example of them hiding it, but it's in plain sight. They're letting us know by putting it in our faces.
We just found a new planet right beside Earth, like right beside us. Wait till you see this. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? A propane tank? Now imagine like $50 million a day when this was made absolutely free. And then what in the world is going on right here? This is not AI, it's not CGI. Just so you're aware, the Bible calls these planets wandering stars, and they're wandering. Pretty crazy, right?
This week, Aero just declassified 6 pieces of UFO UAP footage, which is absolutely insane, but there's one that caught my eye, mate, so let's check this out. It's very weird. The United States European Command submitted a report of an unidentified anomalous phenomena to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AERO, consisting of 55 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a US military platform in 2022. AERO assesses with high confidence that the footage depicts the presence of a physical object. The object's morphological features, performance, characteristics, and behaviours are unremarkable and do not warrant further analysis. AERO will continue to investigate this case should further information become available. But Aero may have just missed a key detail right there. Now, midway through this footage, the object appears to abrupt, instantaneous change in direction, as you can see here. There is no visible arc to the turn, no gradual transition, and no obvious loss or gain of speed. One moment the object follows a steady path, and the next it seems to adopt an entirely new trajectory, mate. You can see it plain as day. Now the maneuver raises immediate questions, and how does an object reorient itself without an observable turning radius? What mechanism allows motion to change suddenly like we're seeing here, and without the visual cues typically associated with inertia? There's none. So is the motion itself unusual, or is the strangeness a product of how the event is being observed via this imagery we're seeing here? Like, I'm not entirely sure, mate. This is up to you guys to discuss down in the comments, but it's hella interesting. You can see the background moving quite fluidly there, as you can see, and this thing just turns. Like, the actual camera doesn't change any directions or anything. It's staying on the same trajectory, but the object itself is the thing that's moving and changing directions. Let me know down below. Now, there's quite a few other pieces of video footage that they have, which are also very strange, but this one is probably the best in my opinion, but I will definitely dive into the others and show you what else they've got in stock, because It's pretty crazy, mate. And Aero's got this kind of knack for just brushing things off and going, oh yeah, there's just a Tesco bag flying in the wind. Oh, it's just a bit of swamp gas, mate. Nothing to see here, right? Aero, we're on to you, mate. Stop being so lackluster. There's some weird stuff going on.
If you're enjoying this video, I put several videos out a week. It'll be amazing if you hit the subscribe button and join me in the next video.
I remember actually going to the moon base. So there is a moon base. It's hollow. Yep. It's an artificial structure. It's come from another part of the galaxy, transporting other ET races here. We flew there. Now, the transportation was interesting at the time. We were catapulted it's like a tube, and there was no propulsion. We were slingshotted from the gravity of Earth to the gravity of the moon. We hooked it and then came in. We landed on the far side of the moon. We came into a base where the doors opened. We went inside. Now, once we're inside, that's when things got interesting. That's when we started to have our integration. Now, we'd already had a little bit of integration with little grays. Little grays had come in. We'd learned more telepathy from them, some other skills that they taught us, how to work with the looking glass technology and so forth. Now we're actually going to work with big grays, the large grays. So the large grays are, I look at the little grays as basically being cloned little slaves, unfortunately. And they basically do whatever they're told to do. The large grays are thinkers. They're the ones that are proactive, have free will, like we have free will, and they're working with us. So they were kind of standoffish to us because, you know, we're not advanced. So, and that's the way it was. Really all the different ETs that we saw in there. And I saw many different types. They usually had their own areas inside there. We had our own area. There's large cities inside the moon and different.
Why the in the trunk?
That's why, man, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, I'm over here. Yeah, this let me out. This
Are you in it?
huh? They just put me in here.
Who put you in?
The
what?
The people. Yeah, I'm like, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. Just look, just people.
That's the back door to the secret nightclub off the train tracks. If you guys didn't know, here at Dundas Station, there's a secret nightclub, and it's located right here. The door is here.
There's no subway service on portion of line 2 between J and Franklin stations.
See, that's where the secret nightclub is, guys.
Medellin, Colombia. We found a UFO. I'm gonna zoom into it.
Bro, my food is gonna burn.
Where is it at?
Bro, they gonna say this shit though.
It's right here. It's right here. Okay.
Different. It's about to go through the clouds soon.
Nah, that's a hot air balloon. Fuck no. That shit.
No, it's not no hot air balloon.
A hot air balloon.
A diamond shape. Bro, what the fuck is that?
Yo, that's not a balloon. That's too big to be.
Bro, that's like a diamond shape.
Look at that shit. That's a perfect shape.
Bro, what is that? It's like rotating.
It's rotating?
Yes, look.
It's just, it's not like flipping like a bag.
I mean, Back to the Future, 9/11 was in Back to the Future.
Yeah, it was. The, what they call it? The Twin Pines?
So the Twin Pines Mall.
Yeah.
So when Marty McFly goes to see Doc, it's the Twin Pines Mall at 1:16 a.m. You flip that around, what do you get?
9/11.
9/11. But then when he comes back again at the end of the movie to try to stop Doc from getting killed, it's the Lone Pine Mall. Because when the towers fell, what stands now? Just one single tower.
What I wonder is just like, does anybody ever ask like the writers any questions? Like that, we need to sit down with like the writers.
Sit down.
I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah, because even in, Back to the Future, where he sends his dog 1 minute into time. So they show the watches right before he sends his dog to skip over 1 minute. It's 1:19. Flip it again. And you get 9/11.
Again.
How do you do that in one sitting?
Do you think they're reaching, or is that legitimate? It's like all these movies have a link to something that happened in the future. Is that legit, or is that just them making content out of whatever they could connect to each other?
The
This ain't fashion. This ain't fashion. What kind of outfit is this, Gunna? Because the people are concerned. That's what they're saying. They're concerned about this outfit, and it doesn't look like drip. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Oh, and he's pointing that finger up to the sky. We all know what that means. Matter of fact, let's get a closer look at this outfit. What does this mean, Gunna? You could have chose anything else. Why you want to choose skeletons? Why? Oh, you know why. He's down with the club. The club that you can't get into unless you follow certain rules and regulations. And that's why they keep on doing things like this. They don't care what we think about it. They have to do it. You think when Gunna shows up to these shows, he's setting things up like this? Nah, it's already set up like that. Long and behold, what the hell is this, bro? Ah, what is this? And I think you know what this is because I showed you before. And everybody showed you and everybody told you, but let's not forget, guys, this is just hip hop. Every show, everything is a dark theme. What happened to light? What happened to the light? These people like to be in darkness. Bro, there's no lights in there. Take the shades off, homie. They can't. You see, they can't show you their eyes for some reason. Very interesting. But of course, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and Gunna's the best. His music is fire. And this outfit, even better. I don't know. Let me know. I'm out.
A lot of these artists' shows are just getting more darker, more demonic. It's like they showing you right in your face who they down with. The veil is thinning.
About a week ago, I made a video talking about Gravity Falls and how the show was based on a real-life place in the real world. This place specifically being located in Oregon and known as the Oregon Vortex. It was known for having extremely strange anomalies, and a physicist even ran tests and determined that time, space, and reality itself in this place was different than any other place he had ever been. This eventually led to it being opened up as a tourist attraction in 1930, and while the tourist attraction is pretty interesting, there is something deeper and darker happening in this area that nobody else is talking about. And that is the insane amount of cattle mutilations that have been happening there over the course of the last 40 years. According to authorities, there has been an ongoing investigation of an occurrence where cows are unalived in the strangest way possible. The reports are saying that these cows are being found completely their tongues are cut out, their sexual organs are cut out, and there's not a drop of blood within the cow or around the cow at all. And after extensive investigations, they don't even have an inkling as to who or why someone or something is doing this in the first place. Theories are all over the place, with people saying that this is some sort of Bigfoot or cryptid type beast, others saying that it's aliens or possibly even a doing this. Who knows for sure, but I can definitely say that this sounds like some sort of strange Gravity Falls type situation. Let me know what you think.
The following two videos are from a man named Omar. He is a plumber by trade. He was actually out at a home about 4 o'clock in the morning to do work when he noticed this woman walking down the trail path. Now, the thing is, where it gets extremely creepy is she stops in front of the tree and seems to go into the hole and pretty much disappear. And it completely shook him. He had to get out and take a video of it. Now, he doesn't state that this was a little person. This was actually a full-size human being. But they went into this hole and disappeared. And the next two videos are of this hole in the tree. And people are thinking this is an actual portal entry he wasn't supposed to see, but caught it by accident. Take a look at this, comment below, tell us what you think.
Vine a dejar material en esta casa. Ya ahorita son a las 4 de la mañana y justo que me parqueo acá y pongo las luces y de aquel hoyo que está ahí, de ese hoyo, de ese árbol. Miren, es algo, me da escalofríos, le voy a decir, pero justo de ese hoyo he podido ver yo cómo una persona se metió, se convirtió, vuelto a lo que vi la noche anterior o la madrugada anterior. Y miren, esto es un parque, prácticamente es un parque. Y ahí es donde mi troca, así como está ahí, se parqueó. Pero el hoyo es sumamente grande. El árbol es grande también. Aquí fácilmente cabe una persona. Yo pude ver claramente cómo la persona venía de acá. Pero en un abrir y cerrar de ojos, yo vi que se desapareció y vi la sombra claramente cuando se metió ahí. Yo pensé que era una persona que andaba caminando temprano. Ustedes saben que la gente sale a caminar temprano en estos parques. Pero lo extraño que ya nunca la vi. Solo vi que se desapareció la sombra justo en el hueco de este árbol.
Now, do you believe what he said? You saw a woman crawl into that hole and disappeared? Or is this just a made-up story for TikTok and the internet?
If something like this ever happens to you, you have one option: call upon the name of Jesus. If you live in a haunted house and you experience this stuff, you know that it's demonic. And this gentleman, just trying to get some sleep, was woken up by these evil entities. But he knew what to do. Check this out. Let me know if you've ever experienced anything like this.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house this instant. In the name of Jesus Christ, I ask you to leave this house.
I don't think it's happy we're here.
Holy. Skinwalkers are creatures that are frequently talked about. According to folklore, these creatures live primarily out in the woods, and they imitate a human's look and voice in order to draw real humans closer to it. And while there's obviously no evidence that these creatures actually exist, I stumbled across a video that may prove otherwise. I want you to check it out and let me know what you think.
The tree has a bunch, and then this log over here has a bunch. Take a walk over there. These look pretty big. Yeah, this, how big that one is down there. It's got to be about 12 inches across. And this one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. I think it's time to go.
Did you know that we have no idea what animal represents Set in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics? We just call it the Set animal because it doesn't look like any creature we know of. This kind of makes sense because Set is a very interesting character in ancient Egyptian mythology. He was mostly considered negative and antagonized Osiris and Horus. Many myths are written of their battles. But he also helped to defend Ra from the great evil of which we are not supposed to speak. He represented the sands of the desert, which were both very harsh as well as protective to the people of Egypt from foreign invaders. If you thought this was interesting, go ahead and hit follow, and I'll be back tomorrow with another mythology fact.
Even the Star of David, that was never a symbol for Judaism until Sebastian Sebai, 1666. This is when he declared himself the Messiah. And that symbol is actually from Solomon. They believe that it has mystic powers. Prior to that, it was the Kiddush cup that represented Judaism. So if you go on Wikipedia, it'll tell you that. It's Kabbalistic. So they're wearing the Star of David. The Jews that I went to school with, do I think that they're practicing orgies? No, of course not. The Reformed Jews are not doing that I went to school with. They're being told, you wear this because the Holocaust happened and, you should love this symbol. It's a symbol of who you are. And I am challenging them to learn more because it does go back to Baal worship. You're exactly correct when you say that. They don't know that no more than I knew things about Black history. You know what you're told. We have to all become more studious on the topic of theology, is what I think.
And she's right. We do have to educate ourselves more on these symbols because people just change it over time, as you can see with other things, and you don't really know the meaning of something that's maybe hung on your house or on a t-shirt. So just educate yourself on symbols and things you are wearing or things like that.
So there's this crazy mushroom that reliably makes you see tiny cartoon people. Not random stuff, specifically 2 centimeter tall humans marching around your actual environment and interacting with stuff. One professor in China described lifting his tablecloth during dinner to find hundreds of these little dudes marching like soldiers. When he lifted it higher, their heads stuck to the underside of the cloth while their bodies kept marching in place. What's even crazier is that people across totally different cultures report the exact same hallucination. Papua New Guinea, China, Philippines, different countries, different languages, but everyone sees the same tiny people doing similar things. That's way too oddly specific to be a coincidence. So scientists have analysed the mushroom and found 0 known psychoactive compounds. No psilocybin, nothing. So whatever chemical makes you see little people is completely unknown to science. Right now they're feeding it to mice trying to find out what the hell is in there. Interestingly, a 1700-year-old Chinese text mentions a flesh spirit mushroom that when eaten raw allows you to see a little person and attain transcendence immediately. So have humans been tripping on this throughout history? This mushroom was sold in markets for decades before scientists even identified the species in 2014. We still don't know how it works in 2025. Makes you wonder what else is out there just waiting for someone to know.
Where is the moon? Shouldn't you see the moon right here? It just comes out of nowhere, right? But you can see the corona of the sun. But the moon is here. Shouldn't it not look like something like this? When the moon enters the sun, the moon is going to fade away from this side to this side while entering the field of view to the sun, right? But it seems like the moon comes out of nowhere and you're seeing sun's light. That's really weird.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
Oh yeah. This pic of my son is a little old. When I was pregnant, I was told I was having twins. Not long after that, I was told that one of the babies did not make it, and my body had absorbed it. We were at Castillo de San Marcos, the fort in St. Augustine, Florida, when the pic was taken. I'm happy to know that my son's twin is with him as his guardian angel.
Yeah, you don't say, although a little scary.
I don't know.
Okay, I mean this with all love, but it does feel a little off in a way, in a doppelgangery.
Well, it looks like it's got its hand over its shoulder with long claw-like fingers and elongated arms and just an elongated figure. Although it's interesting, I just was having a conversation about how young and infant and children spirits can age.
Right.
And they generally age by association with a living person. And it's most common in cases where a twin passed away. That is the most common case because the twin entity is masking itself as it grows, so it can age and be the same age as the child. That is a well-documented phenomenon that when a twin dies in vitro or it dies very young, the twin spirit grows and ages at the same rate as the twin who is alive.
Which would make sense because, I mean, they're literally wearing what looks like the same shirt.
Yeah.
Same shirt, but zoom in on the face. I'm talking about, look at the eyes.
Glowing eyes.
Glowing eyes, yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little on the darker side as far as entities go. You know, when just looking at it, I would, without any
background,
I would be in the doppelganger and mimic kind of mindset. However, there seems to be great comfort in the idea that this is the twin spirit, and I am in no way suggesting that it's not.
It really is the abnormal proportions of the body, the glowing eyes, and the mouth. It looks like he's smiling.
It does look like he's smiling.
Why are we being blatantly lied to by so many different people? I hate to have to even make this video. I don't care what side anybody's on. We should all want the truth. So I know I just talked about this last night in detail, but some pretty big things have come out since then. Like Frank completely contradicting what Erica just said.
But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered. They're coming after me. Someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have his cell phone.
Hold that thought.
He wrote me this. Please pray for me. I'm under the gun on something right now. Prayers appreciated. I texted him and I said, I hope you've increased your security detail. He texted me back. He said, quote, I have. I know they want me dead. And I don't know who he meant by they.
And it's just madness that he's come out saying that Candace is lying, but Candace is saying the same thing. She even said that Andrew Colvette messaged her.
And I can tell you 1000% that Andrew Colvette told me the night before Charlie Kirk texted him and said they are going to kill me.
So allegedly, she received a text before, allegedly Frank received a text before, and allegedly a whole bunch of people on Twitter were messaged allegedly by Charlie saying that he thinks something's going to happen to him. So why in the world are we being told there's no suspicion, don't worry about it, there is no one in danger? when we already saw the danger.
Has anyone else noticed the uptick in evil and demonic symbolism within concert shows? To start off, this was a clip that was circulating not too long ago. It was performed by an artist named Travis Scott, and as you can see, there were people who were hanging upside down with flames sprouting all behind them. More recently, a video has been circulating of a country artist named Zach Brown performing while a giant skeleton wearing a crown was behind him. Upon further inspection, you will notice that even the artist himself is wearing a crown of bones. And from the looks of it, based on the clips I've seen, his audience didn't look too thrilled, and he even received some backlash after this concert. To me, it seems very clear that Satan is trying to send a message that he will continue to push his wicked agenda through music and through various celebrities, which is why now, more than ever, you need to be sure about where you stand with your relationship with God. Don't wait until something drastic happens in the world or even in your life. Start giving your life to Christ today. Read that word of God and pray. But leave a like and give me your opinion. Why do you think these celebrities are all of a sudden having performances like this?